Well, I have nothing to do with Saudi. Just so you understand, I don't make deals with Saudi Arabia. I don't have money from Saudi Arabia. I have nothing to do with Saudi Arabia. I couldn't care less. Saudi Arabia has nothing to do with me. Saudi Arabia, they make $1 billion a day. $1 billion a day. I love the Saudis. Many are in this building. Saudi Arabia, and I get along great with all of them. They buy apartments from me. They spend $40 million, $50 million. Am I supposed to dislike them? I like them very much.
This is a picture of the Trump Princess, a 282-foot luxury yacht that was one of Trump's prized possessions in the 1980s before he had to give it up. As the AP notes, in 1991, as Trump was teetering on the brink of personal bankruptcy and scrambling to raise cash, he sold his 282-foot Trump yacht Princess to a Saudi prince for $20 million. 4 years later, that same prince bailed Trump out in a $325 million deal for Trump's money-losing Plaza Hotel. In 2001, Trump sold the entire 45th floor of the Trump World Tower across from the United Nations in New York City for $12 million, the biggest purchase in that building to that point. The buyer? The Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. And that is to say nothing of the hundreds of thousands of dollars in Saudi spending at Trump's hotels in New York City and D.C. just since he became president.
Saudi Arabia, if we broke with them, I think your oil prices would go through the roof. I've kept them down. They've helped me keep them down. Right now we have low oil prices, or relatively. I'd like to see it go down even lower. And I'm not going to tell a country that's spending hundreds of billions of dollars and has helped me do one thing very importantly, keep oil prices down so that they're not going to $100 and $150 a barrel. Right now, we have oil prices in great shape. They've worked with us very well. We've kept oil prices down.
Yesterday, President Trump refused to take action against Saudi Arabia, despite the CIA's high-confidence assessment that the Crown Prince ordered the murder of Washington Post journalist Jamal Khashoggi. Trump defended his position for economic reasons, claiming the U.S. would lose a multi-billion-dollar arms deal and oil prices would spike. Today, Trump doubled down on that message, tweeting, "Oil prices getting lower. Great. Like a big tax cut for America and the world. Enjoy. $54 was just $82. Thank you to Saudi Arabia, but let's go lower." Okay, there's a lot to unpack there. The Washington Post fact-checked that, writing, quote, "Trump's tweets ignored other factors driving the fall in oil prices, such as global concerns about global economic growth and a U.S.-China trade war, as well as a rise in U.S. oil production and U.S. exemptions to sanctions on Iranian oil. The U.S. has substantially increased its domestic oil production over the last decade. Take a look at that chart. That's because of the fracking revolution. And last year, only 9% of U.S. oil imports actually came from Saudi Arabia, according to the Energy Information Administration of the U.S. government. 40% of American oil comes from Canada. So Saudi Arabia is not the reason for our low oil prices, nor are they paying us the hundreds of billions of dollars or creating the hundreds of thousands of jobs, as Trump continues to claim. Those numbers are lies. So why is Trump continuing to defend the kingdom? Well, today, Washington Post publisher Fred Ryan attacked the president for his transactional approach to diplomacy, unconcerned with human rights abuses, writing, quote, "A clear and dangerous message has been sent to tyrants around the world. Flash enough money in front of the president of the United States, and you can literally get away with murder."